Okay.
Fantastic. Well, welcome along.
Look at you.
Hello, look at me. It's always a joy. And look at you. Welcome along to another edition of the Andrew Eborn Show, where my very, very special guest is my old chum, Ian Freeman. How are you, Ian?
I'm very well, thank you, Andrew, considering I'm old and fat and Jewish and in lockdown. But otherwise, I'm fine.
But you are. I have to say, you're one of the most brilliant people, in spite of all the difficulties that we've had in lockdown. I know you've had a few issues with your health and things like that. You permanently are on social media, cracking me up every morning, every time I go in there. How's lockdown been for you?
Well, it's been fine, to be honest. My wife has been working from home, so obviously we've been together a lot more often than we usually are. But other than that, it's been fine. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, you know, I'm a certain age, nearly 70, and I think we have to. I think we have to be very careful to look after ourselves, you know, these days. And we've just been knuckling down, getting on with it. I've been doing my charity stuff. My wife's been working. We've been getting out for walks and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been fine. I mean, in a way, I'm going to miss it.
Oh, I have to say, you're right. There's something about this sort of time where we focus on what's really important, where there's been a wonderful chance to bond with maybe family and so on and so forth. But also to all the things that we used to take for granted, all the time we say, well, hang about, we might miss a cuddle, or we might miss a hug, or we might miss this sort of conversation. And I think we're going to come out of this, and we are gradually coming out of this, in a much better place, aren't we?
I think so, yes. I think that we've all learnt lessons from this, and the majority of people, you know, of right-minded people, are understanding exactly what's been happening, and will, as you say, have learned from it. Will you know, settle down and think, gosh, you know, count our blessings.
No, I think that's absolutely right. And every now and again, we do need a reminder of those sort of blessings. And one of the industries, which of course has been maybe the hardest hit, is the entertainment industry. And you come, as you know, from the most powerful dynasty in entertainment. And I wonder how many times I should bow appropriately. I love it. Because what's glorious, for those who don't know, tell us about your background and your pedigree, Ian Freeman.
Well, of course. My family were sort of the scions of the entertainment industry from the 50s and 60s through to 70s and 80s, but most people under the age of 40 haven't heard of them. But there were three brothers, Lew Grade, Leslie Grade, and Bernard Delfont. Even though Bernard Delfont had a different name, they were all three were brothers. And my mother was their sister, so they were my uncles. And they sort of, I suppose, revolutionized the entertainment industry by being dedicated entertainers themselves, two of them originally, and then agents, managers, promoters, producers. And of course, Lew Grade was one of the people who started commercial television in this country in the mid-1950s. And I've been, you know, as a nephew, I've been very proud to be a part of the family. As I say, not a lot of people remember them these days, but I mean, the dynasty continues, more so with my cousin, Michael Grade, than with me, Lord Grade. Michael is very well known in having been in television, and is now a great power in the House of Lords, a working peer. So we do, you know, the line continues, but in a slightly different way.
Yeah, and what I love about it, because it has punctuated, if you like, your own career in entertainment. Your father, however, was on the medicine side. He was a doctor, wasn't he?
Yeah, my father was a GP in Twickenham, so I was brought up with two sides of the family. I had an entertainment side and I had a medical side. Two very different things. Being a GP in those days, of course, you were the one of the most well thought of people in your community. It's totally different to today, where you don't know which GP you're going to visit till you actually get to the surgery. In those days, things were very different. So yeah, I had a great it was a leveler from the excitement of show business to the sort of, in a way, the mundanity or the normalcy of being a GP in a local community. That sort of brought me down to earth, really.
And I think it's apposite for the current times, because we talk about the heroes, and before lockdown, if you like, everybody's heroes were the entertainment industry. And now they recognise that the frontline workers, they recognise the GPs, the nurses. And I like that particular artwork by Banksy, which showed, if you remember, a little child that has a bucket full of everyday heroes. So you can have your Superman, your Batman, your Spider-Man. They're all down there. But this particular child is playing with an NHS nurse in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
This is the most treasured one.
It's really brought everyone down to earth, and there's no people that realise that more than people in the entertainment industry. People know, no matter how wonderful a comedian you are, or how great a singer, or how great an entertainer you are, you're never going to reach the heights of the people who have brought us through this once in a lifetime, hopefully once in a lifetime pandemic, which is something that the majority of people have never ever known before, and hopefully never will again.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right on that. And the reality, however, is that history does repeat itself, and we've been looking on the programme at things like the Spanish flu, the wrongly called Spanish flu in 1918, or sort of things, and it follows the same sort of pattern. But even going all the way back to things like the bubonic plague and the Black Plague, plagues have been around, pandemics have been around forever throughout history. And even what I found extraordinary, talking to historians, is we had our first example, or one of the first examples, of fake news. Because with the Black Plague and the bubonic plague, they all assumed, first of all, that it was the cats that brought the plague. And so what they did is they killed the cats. And of course, as a result of killing the cats, it meant that there were more rats which spread the disease. So the first example of fake news and the damage that could have was there. Extraordinary.
Well, I'm a dog person myself, so anything that involves killing cats is fine by me. I don't know.
What I love here is we can always guarantee.
Problem rather than a cat problem, isn't it?
Oh yes, it's a bad problem, not a cat problem. Very good, absolutely, very clever. What I love, and Ian doesn't mean he's going to kill cats. What I love about, otherwise they're all going to write in their droves. And you are the classic P.T. Barnum statement, where if you want to draw a crowd, start a fight. So all the cat lovers now will be writing in, worried from Twickenham, telling me that there, Ian Freeman, he said kill cats. No, he didn't.
Actually, I love cats. I love all Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals.
Oh, do you? Oh, did you? Oh, you must tell me then. Did you enjoy the movie of Cats?
I thought it was absolutely ghastly. It's one of the worst experiences I've ever had, and I can't remember who said it, but someone was quoted as saying that it was so bad that they watched it 5 minutes at a time just to spread out the agony, which I think was quite a brave thing to do. I thought it was absolutely dreadful. I've never seen anything so awful in my life.
It was quite.
Having seen the original stage production, that was the definitive version.
It was. We seem to have lost a picture of you, Ian. Now, I don't know. I might go to a quick break and see if we can get you back. Join us after these important messages.